Hey, today I want to talk about all the new perfumes bottle I've acquired during the past few months, all the full-size bottles I got during the last 3 months. I just want to mention them. Some of them I've never mentioned on my channel before, some I have, but I want to go through them quickly, give you my review, my impression, my thoughts. If you're looking into them, this might be helpful for you. And yeah, let's just get started. I want to start with Billie Eilish #1. First of all, the bottle, I use it as a decor on my vanity because it's so pretty. I love the gold, I love the frosted. I love how expensive this feels. It's half the huge 100 milliliter bottle because this was a gift I got for New Year's, and I was so happy to get this gift because I love vanilla perfumes, and this is a really well done vanilla perfume, and I also love Billie Eilish, so it's like in 2-in-1. So besides the bottle, I think that this is a really interesting vanilla perfume. I smelled so many vanilla perfumes, and usually when you go more niche, they actually get a lot more deeper and smokier, and I don't know, just not my vibe. Boozy, I don't know. This is a really light vanilla. I actually appreciate that it doesn't go too heavy into that deep vanilla, the boozy. I'm not into that. I love the vanilla where it stays light and fluffy and realistic, almost like a vanilla extract. I don't like it when it's super dark and deep. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe my nose and my palate aren't developed, but that's just what I like. And I appreciate that this stays very light in the vanilla, and then it has a ton of cacao. The cacao is incredible. If you've tried the Nivea cocoa butter body lotion, it kind of smells like that type of cacao. And then with the vanilla and the added berries, there's a berry note here that I barely get, but maybe a hint of a soury berry I do smell here. It's so good. I love this for days that I'm just staying home, whether I'm working from home or I'm just staying home in the weekend. Because of that spiciness, it also has a touch of that cooling minty quality in the opening. It's almost like taking a shot or something, like something to wake you up. I don't like this for bed for that reason, because it's a little bit too spicy and cooling minty for going to sleep. For that, I prefer something super warm or powdery. If whoever made this perfume actually decided to take it to the next level and make the vanilla deeper, I would actually not like this. So I don't know if it's just me. I think the way it's done is great, and it almost reminds me of Mauve Vanilla by Ariana Grande. It has that interesting cooling feeling too, but that one is a lot more musky and vanilla, but this one is cacao and vanilla. They're not dupes, they just share that similar feeling. So yeah, just wanted to mention this. Next up is this cute little Black Opium over red. This is Black Opium Flanker over red, which has a cherry note. I love this. Black Opium is very special to me because it was one of the first perfumes I've ever fallen in love with. It was actually the flanker. It was Floral Shock, which is a little bit more floral heavy. And that's what made me really fall into perfumes and start collecting them and looking into what notes are and all that. And unfortunately, I overused my perfume because at that time, I just was using that one for 2 years. So at this point, I'm sick of it. But I still love that DNA. So this one I got it on a really good deal, and because it has that added cherry, I don't get sick of it. I can smell this all day long. It's such a good take on Black Opium. If you're familiar with the original Black Opium, it's really they just added a cherry here, and I think they also amped up the vanilla a little bit more. So I get less coffee and patchouli, I get a lot more vanilla, and there's also cherry. So this is really good. It's still that deep, sexy Black Opium that you all know and love. It's that very interesting DNA with that orange blossom flower combined with coffee and vanilla and cherry. It's just so special. I love Black Opium, and this is one of their best flankers. I don't know. I know La Parfum is a really popular one because it has a ton of vanilla. I feel like if I have this, I really don't need La Parfum, because eventually after 6 hours, all you can smell here is the vanilla. So I think La Parfum is just gonna smell like the dry down, but just for the entire time. And I love the cherry. It adds that vibrancy, that sweetness, that tartiness that it's missing. It's a little bit sour, so it really balances out that deep orange blossom, which sometimes can bother me. Orange blossom is a note I really love, but I also get really tired of it really quickly. I don't know if that makes sense. Vanilla, for example, I will never get sick of it because I can just smell it all day long, but orange blossom, if I smell it for too many days in a row, I will get tired of it, and the added cherry here kind of balances it out. So love this. This is so well done, and I love the bottle that it's a little bit red. I think it's really pretty. Next up, I want to talk about Roark's Cove by Fulton and Roark. So I only started my TikTok and YouTube journey this summer, and Fulton and Roark were the first company to reach out to me and offer to send me a perfume. They actually sent me their entire discovery kit with all of their perfumes, and they have so many. My favorites were Calle Ocho and Roark's Cove, which is this one. Calle Ocho is a really nice take on a DNA that is similar to Angel's Share, so it's very cinnamony and spicy and warm and sexy scent, very deep, but it doesn't have that booziness that Angel's Share has, so I actually prefer Calle Ocho. But this is Roark's Cove, which was my other favorite. This, when I smelled it, it smelled very intoxicating. Like when I smell it, it smells unlike anything I've ever smelled before. This is definitely a unisex perfume, even masculine leaning, I'd say. In general, this brand leans a little bit more on a masculine side in my opinion. So if you're looking for like girly feminine perfumes, you're not gonna really find it, at least not with what they have right now in their selections. But if you like unisex perfume or masculine perfumes, this is a great one. It has this interesting combination of pink pepper, woody notes, and green notes. But the burst of berries at the beginning is what gets me. This has cloudberry right at the beginning. So it starts off with a very sweet, fruity opening combined with those deep, woody scents. Almost like you would smell this in a real forest, but that burst of berries is what makes it a little bit like out of this worldly, because usually green perfumes and woody perfumes, they're kind of not basic, but they're kind of expected, like you know what to expect. But the burst of berries here, I swear, what makes it so different to me. When I first tested the entire discovery kit and this really caught my eye, I looked into this perfume and I realized that the perfumer behind this is Frank Vocal, which is behind some of my favorite perfumes ever. He's behind the entire Dossier line, like the Dossier line. He's behind Feather Figure by Floral, which you know is one of my favorite perfumes of all time, and so many more perfumes. So I wasn't really surprised that this speaks to me on that level. I just think that this perfumer really knows how to get me. Even though this is like a masculine leaning perfume, I still would wear it because it just evokes like this feeling inside of me. So I really like this. If you usually love woody perfumes with a touch of greenness and refreshing quality about them, you would love this, because the burst of berries here, I swear it takes it to a whole nother level. So I'm really happy and I'm so grateful for Fulton Roark for sending this to me. I'm not just talking about it on my channel because they told me to. Actually, they don't even know I'm posting this because I posted a video on my TikTok like a couple months ago and that was it. So it was no obligation to post or anything like that on YouTube. So I just wanted to mention it. I have to mention Kylie's Cosmic 2.0. The problem with this bottle is it's so pretty and so beautiful, but my fingerprints get all over it. No matter how much I wipe, as soon as I pull it up to show you, it's full of fingerprints. So let me just try again. I'm just using my sweater to hold it, but it's so pretty. And it smells even better. Like they nailed both the bottle and the perfume itself. I love how this smells. I actually just made a full video just dedicated to this, so you can check it out if you're interested. But this just came out. This is Kylie's Cosmic 2.0. They have the original Cosmic, which is same bottle shape, but it's clear. This is the Cosmic 2.0, which is the improved version. I don't know what 2.0 means, but I love this a lot more. The original Cosmic is a very nice like floral perfume with a touch of amber. I smell a lot of jasmine and peony in that one, and it's nice, but it's not groundbreaking. It's like a nice floral perfume for every day. This, however, is really good, like compared to celebrity perfumes in general. I mentioned that in that video, I'll mention it again. This is an example of a crowd pleaser that is done right. It's almost like they wanted to make a crowd pleaser so that everybody is gonna love, but they still managed to make it very unique at the same time, which is hard to do, because usually if something smells good, it's usually not something super groundbreaking. But I feel like this has enough uniqueness about it, especially for this price point, to make it worth it. And I swear that this, even if this was more expensive, I would still love it very much. Like, I don't care that it's affordable or if it's Kylie. If this was $200, I would still say that it's really good. So this has a beautiful pear opening. It's beautiful. I love pear notes because they remind me of like femininity and shampoo, but like in the best way. I don't mean just like soap and I don't know, body wash. I mean like expensive, luxurious, feminine, the best kind. But it also has a lot of lavender and pink pepper and vanilla and sandalwood, and all together it becomes this really warm yet powdery pear scent. And then the pear ends up fading away pretty quickly, and then when you're left with that pink pepper and lavender and the musk and the vanilla and the woods, it all smells almost like a little bit to the unisex category, but not really, because it's still very sweet and feminine. but it's almost there, and that what makes it really unique in my opinion, because it's not your typical like girly girl perfume. It's almost like a fresh perfume that is done in the heavy musky woody category. So I don't know if I should call it a freshie, because to me a freshie is either a citrus or something like Wood Sage and Sea Salt by Jo Malone, where this is like a woody perfume with a lot of green elements, so it's definitely a freshie because it smells super clean and uplifting. But I guess this is a freshie, it's just not that uplifting kind. This is a sensual freshie, a deep and freshie. If you take away the pear, it's not gonna be freshy anymore. That's gonna actually make it, I think, into a cologne. Like if you take away the pear from this perfume, that'll just be a regular schmegular cologne that is sold in Sephora. But the pear is what takes this to a whole nother level. Anyway, I love this. You can watch the full video I made about this if you're curious, or just go to Old Town, smell it. It's really good. I don't know if anyone noticed my tray, but I have this Dossier perfume. Another disclaimer, I'm working with Dossier for some content. It's not gonna go on my YouTube or on my TikTok. I'm working on content that's gonna be posted on their side. So I'm, again, not obligated to talk about them or anything like that, but it did send this to me. They sent this to me along with some other perfumes, and I'm going to make a whole dedicated video just reviewing them for you guys. I will always be honest, even though these were sent to me and I didn't pay for them, doesn't mean that I just forget that these perfumes actually cost real money. So I will never tell you spend your money because I got something for free. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm very careful with how I spend my money, so I will never forget that. Like, even though this was free, I feel like I spent my money on this. So yeah, with that disclaimer, let's go ahead and talk about this one. As I said, I have a lot more perfumes for Dossier that they sent me, but I'm gonna make a whole video just talking about the Dossier perfumes in one video. But I just wanted to mention this because it's also on my tray here, and it's because I'm so impressed with this. This is Floral Marshmallow by Dossier. It's supposed to smell like Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. Love Don't Be Shy by Killian, I smelled like once or twice. I was never really wowed by it because that orange blossom note that it has, that's the kind of orange blossom note that I get sick of pretty quickly. So it was never a perfume I really wanted. It's so expensive too. So I was happy it never spoke to me because there's so many other perfumes I prefer. And yeah, that was it. I did try Oriana a couple months ago and I did talk about it here on my channel. I have this tiny little sample of Oriana and I have fallen completely in love. I feel like Oriana and Love Don't Be Shy are not really similar. Oriana has a touch of that bergamot in the opening. It makes it really French, almost like laundry-like. And that combination with the orange blossom and the vanilla and the marshmallow kind of elevates it for me and makes it a little bit fluffier and lighter than Love Don't Be Shy. So Oriana was definitely on my full perfume wish list, and I have decided I was going to buy it, even though it's like $300 something. But lucky for me, Dossier sent me this perfume, Floral Marshmallow. And again, this is supposed to smell like Love Don't Be Shy, which again, as I mentioned, I'm not super obsessed with. It smells good, but I was never like part of the hype. And I swear that right now, I really don't want to get Oriana anymore. This fills that gap in my collection. It smells similar enough to Oriana for me to not want to take that extra $300 and buy Oriana. And I'm so happy because I'm so relieved that I just saved $300. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't think it's girl math. I think it's real math. Because I have this, I'm not gonna spend $300. That's crazy. This is only $70 Canadian. USD, it's even cheaper, and it's so good. The opening has something weird. Like when you smell this from the bottle, it has some medicinal note. I don't know if it's like licorice or something like that. It has something off about it, which I think Love Don't Be Shy also has. So I think from that perspective, they nailed this dupe. But when you actually spray it out and give it like 1 minute to actually dry down, to me, this is exactly what Oriana is. This is just fills that gap. It's beautiful marshmallow fluffiness. It's powdery, it's fluffy, has that touch of citrus to kind of balance it out and make it not as serious and not as dense. I wouldn't say it's super airy, but it's not as dense as Love Don't Be Shy is, and that's what I love about Oriana. Here, see, at this point, that note is already gone, and what we were talking for like 10 seconds. So it fades away really, really quickly. It smells like a pure like marshmallow bag that you just open up and you smell the powdery that comes out of the bag, the powdered sugar, but also with a touch of like a laundry note. I don't know, it's so interesting. And I think that laundry note, whatever it is, makes it so balanced, and it's not cloying, it's not dense, it's not syrupy even. Perfect. I'm so happy with this. I saved $300. I'm so proud. And if you haven't tried this yet, I highly recommend you do. Also, the juice is pretty dark, so I wonder if this will get darker over time and become even more sweet. I hope it doesn't get too syrupy if it does. I know vanilla would age and become stronger, which I love. I just don't want it to become as syrupy as Love Don't Be Shy is. So I hope it stays this way. If you've tried this and Love Don't Be Shy and Oriana, please let me know if this kind of smells like Oriana, because I don't remember Love Don't Be Shy smelling that good. I feel like this is closer to Oriana, but who knows? I might be crazy. I don't want to just say things and then regret them later, so just let me know in the comments before I just keep on talking. Yeah, this is so good. And yeah, that's all I want to mention. I'm gonna make a separate Dossier video, so stay tuned for that if you are into them, if you've tried them, if you haven't tried them before. I'm very impressed so far with everything I've tried, and you'll see in that video. And yeah, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.